nasty people, and welcome back to another episode of The Nasty Talks. I'm Nicoletta, and as usual, I'm bringing you a kinky Wednesday. So let's get into it. Today I want to have almost like a psychology session with you guys. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine that you're seeing the most attractive person that you know. So you know this person and you know that you cannot resist their attraction. It's that crush that you have, you know. And I want you to close your eyes and imagine that they're right in front of you. So you're gonna be brave and go up to them. You feel the tension. The sexual tension is so high and you can't resist, so you're gonna kiss them. I want you to imagine how you're feeling while kissing this person. But first, I want to tell you my personal experience with this situation. So I'm doing all this. I'm imagining this very attractive person right in front of me. I'm going up to them and I'm feeling the emotions running through my body and I'm kissing this person. But there's something that doesn't feel comfortable for me. There's something that makes me act weird in this situation. And that is because this person has the same gender as me. Yeah. If you would imagine this very attractive person, could you be in this position to have this person being the same gender as you? Could you do that? And how would that feel? Would that feel wrong? Or would it feel good? I'm sure we all have that person that we admire. Maybe since it's the person that is the same gender as us, we admire as somebody that we want to become, or it's somebody that we are a little bit jealous of because they achieved certain things. They are in a certain point in their life where we would want to be. In a way, we are attracted to that person because that person is us in the future almost. If we put a lot of effort into it, we might become that. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because today I want to talk about bisexuals and bisexuality and how that affects society. Because from my point of view, we are all bisexuals to a certain degree. And our experiences in life and actions that we do define how far we go into this process and how bisexual we are. Because we, as humans, we firstly want to engage with the opposite sex, and we are mostly attracted by that. But on a subconscious level, we do know that people that are the same gender as us are people that can give us what we can give to the other gender, if that makes sense to you. You can take it as, you know, women have a lot of estrogen and they're feminine in general. There's this feminine touch that you get when you are touching a woman, and the touch is very different than how it feels like when you're being touched by a man. So it is very pleasurable to be able to be touched by somebody that has a similar touch with you. I can tell you from experience. I've had experiences with women, and in those experiences, it felt like this is a totally different than the experience that I could have with a man. And that's why this is so interesting for me to dive in, because I am not a bisexual, even though it had occurred to me at some points that I could do that. But there is something that is keeping me from doing it. And that's why I am not a bisexual. But I do know that society is so harsh when it comes to bisexuality and identity and genders. So I want to have a little talk about this. This is a general idea of what normally feels like for men that are bisexual. They are judged by being gay and not owning it or not admitting it. And that's where it's hard, because you know in yourself, you know when you look at yourself and when you think about yourself, you know who you are. You know that as much as you're interested in women, you are also interested in men. And that's why it's so hard to neglect that part of yourself. Especially when people don't believe you. And people say, no, you're just gay, you just don't want to admit it. But that is not the truth. From my point of view, the problem is that people are not used to these kind of identities and how to identify yourself. Because in the end, you don't identify yourself as a person who likes women and men. In the same time, you identify yourself as you, as this person that they can see in front of them, as your personality. Your identity is not defined by who you love or who you're interested in or who you're sexually attracted to. You define yourself by your personality and how you interact with people and how you live your life. At least that's how I see it. We shouldn't be put in boxes as, oh, this guy is gay, oh, this woman is bisexual, oh, this guy is trans. No, it's about who you are on the inside and who you express yourself to be in front of others. From my perception, it has nothing to do with who you fuck. But as a woman, it's a bit different. As a woman being bisexual, people just don't believe it. They're like, nah, you're not. You have to prove it. So they say it like that as you need to show them that you are what you are. And you should never do that. It's your life. If you choose to show them who you are, then yes, it's your choice. That's healthy and natural state of living in, you know? If you choose to do something different in this situation, it's your choice and they cannot really make you do certain things. Obviously, this pressure that the society puts on us is so strong sometimes. And it's so sad to talk about this because there have been studies made, and out of this, 40% of bisexuals have considered or attempted suicide. And this is all because of society. It is because they are not accepted by their families. They are not accepted by their friends, their coworkers, the people that are around them, which is very, very disappointing because we are all humans, right? Why does it matter who we are fucking if we are not the ones that are directly involved in the situation? Why do we have to care so much about this? And why do we have to judge people by doing those kind of things, by being in a certain way? That's something that I never understood and something that I wish will change with time. And I wish that more people will be vulnerable enough to share their experiences and share themselves as who they are, so people will see that it's not something out of ordinary, that is something that is actually normal. It is normal to be different. It is normal to love somebody. It is normal to be sexually attracted by somebody. And that somebody doesn't have to be a certain person that they just take out of a box. Okay, you have to be with this person because you're a man and this person is a woman. No. If I'm a woman and I want to be with a woman, why shouldn't I? And especially if I am interested in both of the genders, why can't I be with a woman and still be attracted to other men? Because at the end of the day, forcing yourself to be in the wrong binary is pretending that you are somebody that you are not. And it's hurtful and it's confusing to not be who you feel as if you need to be and you want to be. And I feel that so many people, they judge sexuality and interests because they don't understand it. And that's why I feel like the problem is not being bisexual. The problem is not understanding it and how we understand it. Because yes, If you don't understand something, that doesn't mean that certain thing is wrong. It just means that you are limited in that field of expertise, let's say. So the way you get out of that situation is by being curious, is by trying to understand and trying to, be there in the moment and be out of judge, be out of any negative feelings towards that field and subject that you are trying to understand, and just see how other people feel about it. Because that's why you cannot understand it, because you cannot feel it, you cannot make it your own. And that's fine. If you're not a bisexual, it's totally okay to not, feel it, because it's not you. But you can understand it through other people's beliefs and experiences and understandings. Now, we've discussed a little bit about the society perception of it and the fact that it is not okay to judge without knowing. And it is not okay to be negative about something if you don't understand it. But what if you are a bisexual and you have come to this point in life where you realize that you are bisexual? What happens now? What do you do? How do you go on with your life knowing that you are this complex person that can feel love and sexual attraction between sexes and genders? So I think the first step is just accepting it. You have to be okay with it. You have to know who you are to experience this side of yourself that you have suppressed until now or had no idea that it existed, and try and work with it, experiment it. And then I think the second part that needs to be addressed is how to share it with the people around you and how to announce it. So you put yourself out there. You make the loved ones know who you are in reality. That is a delicate subject because the only thing that you can do is just share your true self with the people that you have around. And the tricky part is that you cannot control how people around you will react to it. And that is something very scary. And I can understand that totally. I totally get it. But in order to be happy, you need to be yourself in every situation. In every part of your life, you need to show who you are. So as scary as it might be, you need to own it and you need to show yourself to the people that you have in your life. Then after you own it, after you know who you are, maybe you have a partner. If you do, congratulations. If not, it's okay. You don't have to have a partner to know that you're bisexual. You don't have to fuck somebody to know that you are who you are. So it is okay to not have a partner, obviously, and that will come with time. Until then, just enjoy life, enjoy who you are, enjoy this new person that you've discovered. Yeah, you can write your own life. You can write your narrative and you can share the story of your life. So who are you? You are this person, this wonderful person who can share love between genders. And I think you are one of a kind for being able to do that. And I am very happy for you that you've discovered this part of yourself. Maybe you've always known that you are bisexual. And I think that happens with a lot of people. They've always known that something was a bit different in them. But getting to this point where you actually experimented and experienced this other side of you that you've always known was there, but never actually expressed outside of your imagination. You are who you want to be. We have our own life. We are not prisoners to other people's minds and beliefs. We are free, and we should be free from any judgment and every misbelief and misperception about us. You don't need to prove anything to anybody because nobody else needs to prove anything to you. We don't need to share information that we don't feel comfortable with. If this person doesn't mean anything to you, if this person is not somebody that you want to have a reaction from, then they don't deserve your attention. They don't deserve to know who you are. and you're not obligated to give it to them. You know, I say that identity is something that we create, is who we want to be perceived by the world. And I don't think identity should be a taboo topic. I don't think we should hide behind a box because we are not in a box. But what if you're on the other side? What if you are dating or are in a relationship with a bisexual? What to expect or what thoughts you might have? I can tell you from my personal experience that I've had a hookup with a bisexual. And the reason why I couldn't go all the way to a relationship, it was because I was not okay with myself in that period. I didn't feel that I had enough confidence in myself to be able to be comfortable with somebody that can get feelings not only for other girls, but also for other guys. I felt that I wouldn't be enough in that relationship, and I cannot compete with that because I am a woman. I definitely cannot act like a man, or I don't have a penis to be able to be a man. Definitely I could have pegged him, and if you've listened to the other episodes of the podcast, you would know that I am really much into that, but I knew that it wouldn't necessarily be enough for that. So that's why I decided to not take this to another level. But something that you have to remember is that yes, you might not feel as if you're good enough or that you are enough in the relationship, thinking that you cannot give him or her all the things that they might want and desire. But you can only be you. On the other side, just thinking that they are normal people. Like me and you, they also have certain things that they are attracted to and certain things that they are not attracted to. And as you, if you would choose a partner for yourself, and let's say that you are a man and you are really, really attracted sexually by boobs. I mean, come on, who isn't? On this other side, there's this girl that you really like because she has a really cool and colorful personality and you just click and there's this connection. Would you really give that up for boobs? So maybe that will help you a little bit to think about how bisexual thinks, because it is as simple as that. If you're a man and you're bisexual, would you choose a girl because she has a cool personality and you like really click in every aspect and all that, and she has a killer body and you know everything that you're looking for, but she doesn't have a dick, obviously. So would you be able to give up the dick for a full package of a person that you could probably have a really good relationship with? That's just a little bit of food for the brain. And as I mentioned before, identity isn't defined by who you have sex with and who you love. Your identity is defined by who you are and who you want yourself to be perceived by other people, what you let out of yourself to be visible to others. So remember that it is okay to have certain expectations of life and to have certain needs. It is totally okay, and you are in control of that, and nobody else can tell you what to do, who to love, who to be sexually attracted to, and so on. We don't choose those things consciously. It's all in our subconscious. And I know that this episode turned out to be a very motivational one. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, and I don't know what you guys think about it. Let me know if this is something that you want to have in the future episodes as well. I do want to point out the fact that what I'm saying in these episodes is just my own perception of life and what I do believe in. If you have a different perception, that is also fine. That is okay. If you want to express that to me, then you can just write in on our email. I would link it down below in the episode, on our Facebook page or Instagram page, or you can personally write to me. I'll also link my Instagram for you guys. And until next time, stay nasty.